Come with us as we get ready to go see Blondie in concert. Sort of just now getting to see all these really iconic performers. We saw Madonna in March, seeing Blondie tonight. I was definitely aware of Blondie in my youth. Even though they broke up in 1982, I am still a child of the late 80s, and their music certainly endured during that time. At the very least, even if I didn't go out and buy their cassette, I was skating to their music at the skating rink. So, fun fact, Debbie Harry, she's also an actress. When I was younger in the 80s, before I really knew of her or associated her as the lead singer of Blondie, my memory of her is from the movie Tales from the Dark Side, but she played like this witch in a kind of modern Hansel and Gretel story that was trying to lure the little kid into her cottage to cook. That's kind of what I associate with Debbie Harry in addition to Blondie. Fun fact, Blondie's breakthrough album, Parallel Line, was added to the National Recording Registry that is put out every year by the Library of Congress. I used to work for the Library of Congress. I worked there for over a decade, and I was part of the team that actually did the PR marketing for the National Recording Registry. I feel like it's kind of interesting how random things kind of come together full circle. Sarah and I are pretty excited about going to see concerts. We've moved to Denver. It's a pretty thriving music scene, so we've been really looking forward into getting back into going to shows. Thinking about seeing Blondie tonight, seeing Madonna a couple of months ago, and really wanting to embrace that nostalgia factor, to be able to see these iconic performers as they're continuing to still tour. Now really trying to embrace going to see the shows of all these amazing performers who have such a huge musical history. Blondie, they broke up in the very early 80s, and then they got back together in the very late 90s. And I remember when they got back together, I was just starting college, my undergrad, and I remember buying, I think it was their Greatest Hits CD, and just jamming out to that and kind of reintroducing myself to their music. Before the concert, we are going to a Mexican restaurant called Mr. Oso. And I also feel like maybe we're starting a tradition, going to a Mexican restaurant before a concert. When we saw Madonna a couple months ago, we also went to a Mexican restaurant. Okay, the hair is done, and we're just gonna add a little bit of lip gloss. I think I've got kind of a late 70s, early 80s new wave glam going on. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Bye.